Going on, Jeromes? Beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings Q&A session. Thank you, everyone who submitted questions. Periodically, we'll put it out on the community tab, but call out for questions, and thank you, everyone who fired some in. First up, Wesley White. Mr. White. What will Sam Darnold's season stats have to look like for the sign to be worthwhile? Well, he is a starter. It was only $10 million. So in terms of ROI, he doesn't have to reinvent the wheel, but we talked about before, especially given the weapons, given the schedule breakdown, a lot of games indoors, Kevin O'Connell, as well as Darrisaw at left tackle, Aaron Jones with the running game. Darnold doesn't have to be insane. Darnold can just take care of the football, take what is there, operate the offense, be accurate, and just that's it, man. And we've compared his numbers, our potential numbers, to that of Geno Smith with the Seahawks in 2022. The whole "they wrote me off, but I didn't write back" season. And Geno was first in the league in completion percentage. That was not really his bag before, with ironically with the Jets. And he threw for 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 picks, 100 quarterback rating. Even if Darnold is in the ballpark of those numbers, say he completes 65% of his passes, 3,500 yards, say 22 touchdowns, 10 picks, maybe less, quarterback rating of 95 or above, that's all he needs to do. And I think that he is fully capable of a season like that. And if he puts up those numbers, the offense will put up points. They'll be efficient. They'll likely win the turnover battle overall, and they'll have success. He doesn't have to put up insane Lulu video game numbers for the Vikings to win this season and for his contract to be worthwhile. Next, stuff more Hot Wheels. Stuff in more Hot Wheels. Nailed it. First of all, love the videos. Thank you. All off season, we've talked about not starting JJ McCarthy too early. Do you think that JJ's injury was almost a blessing in disguise to keep him off the field? Say if Darnold struggled, that way Kevin O'Connell isn't pressured by the fans, Kwesi, or even the Wilfs to start him too early? Or do you think given his progression, he could have started this year and thrived? Obviously, this is all hypothetical because Sammy is going to ball out this year. Damn straight. Sam Darnold, America's quarterback. And with JJ, I think that he could have pushed Darnold at a certain point, but also I think that for the benefit of the team this year, not having a quarterback controversy is actually a good thing. Now, it does suck because you lose McCarthy as a viable option in case, knocking on the wood, anything happened to Darnold, but I don't think that Darnold would have thrived with a young buck quarterback behind him. I just don't think that it is, and that's, sorry if that comes off as a detriment or like an insult, but that's just the read on the situation. And with JJ, it could be a spot too, as we pointed out, where he obviously injured his knee against Penn State last year. Now, is that this specific injury? Maybe it's something that was re-aggravated in the preseason game against the Raiders. It's possible, but honestly, if this is something that was going to linger, and it's something that Michigan fans will tell you, like the local media talked about, but nationally it wasn't really a thing. But McCarthy was dinged up, and that could be a reason why they went with such a run-heavy offense the rest of the season, including the playoffs and national title game, because McCarthy, that knee just wasn't 100%. All right, and could this be something that could have lingered into his NFL career if he didn't get it taken care of? So instead of the full meniscus repair, it's just something that he guts through and ices it and Dr. Feelgoods it every Sunday, or just nip it in the bud now. And as we said before, he gets the full benefit of being a rookie in the NFL. Like he's going to be in every team meeting. He's going to be at every practice. He's going to be on the sideline when he's off the once he's off the rascal. He's going to be in the position meeting rooms. He's going to be grinding film. So it's not like he's in Siberia during his injured reserve thing. He's going to be in the building every single day, working with the training and medical staff to get back. So between the ears, he's still going to have that benefit. I mean, obviously it would have been nice for him to get the few and far between practice reps that he would have gotten, but he's still going to be able to integrate nicely into the offense and into the building. So he'll be fine. And blessing in disguise, I guess you could make that case, but long term, I think that this will just be a bump in the road. Yeah. Next, Traveler, OG Jerome. Are all the Vikings injuries this year bad luck? Is Kevin O'Connell going too hard in the paint, or is there an issue with the training staff? So Whenever there's an issue with injuries, they always point to like the training staff or strength and conditioning. And there was something to that because I remember there was a year early in the Zimmer tenure where a lot of players were tearing pecs, like B-Rob, and there were several other, I think Fusco tore a pec, and they threw the strength and conditioning coach under the bus. You're just like, hey, you're having these guys bench too much, or something like that. That's reductive, but it's basically what happened. And in terms of injuries this year, so O'Connell at the beginning of training camp stressed a more physical camp, and I think that will be useful for the Vikings, especially in the trenches, because got to get more physical on both sides of the line. But also that trade-off is, some guys got dinged up, notably Dalton Reisner. Now, I don't blame Shaq Griffin's hamstring or Makai's ACL necessarily on a more physical camp. I think that's just little bit of poop luck. Same thing with Naylor's ankle. Same thing with Addison's ankle at joint practices. But it just sort of is what it is. But I think overall the more physical training camp will pay dividends for the Vikings this season. Ray Petty. Who are some realistic draft prospects that you would like the Vikings to go after? So since the Vikings are going to be drafting at 32, they're going to have to trade up. But obviously, draft season is very early, and there's a full college football season to go. But some of the guys early I like. I love me some Mason Graham, the defensive tackle from Michigan, because every time you watch like Chris Jenkins Jr., 55 was feeling alive. He's looking really damn good, man. Back-to-back Michigan men in the first round. Could do that. Also, Travis Hunter, the wide receiver corner from Colorado. Now, I think that he will be a better receiver at the NFL level. Like, he's a very good corner, but I think a lot of that is more athleticism than technique. I think receiver, I think that he has a chance to be refined into one of the best in the league. I think he'll be fantastic there. Now, do the Vikings need a third receiver? Well, it depends what their future plan is going to be with Jordan Addison. Yeah. And some other guys I like early on, Will Johnson is a great cornerback from Michigan as well. Abdul Carter from Penn State. Abdul Carter, I don't know if he's going to be like Micah Parsons, but he can play off ball. He can play edge. He's just a great football player, man. Deion Walker, the mammoth nose tackle from Kentucky. Also the entire Georgia interior offensive line. Gimme. But like we said, super early, and I'm sure that we'll have like 300 crushes that the Vikings need to draft. Showdown. Which of the drafted quarterbacks are you most excited to watch this weekend? So 3 will be starting. Of course, J.J. McCarthy on injured reserve. It hurts, man. Penix Jr. is going to be Kurt's backup when the Falcons take on the Steelers, as well as Drake Mays. I would just play Drake. Okay. Drake May is going to be backing up Jabroni Brisket for the Patriots, who traveled to Cincinnati this week. Oh. We were completely out of focus. That's a good pod. But Caleb Williams is going to be debuting against the Titans. Obviously, that would be number one because we're going to have to deal with Caleb Williams twice a year. Now, as a quasi-USC fan, I like Caleb Williams. I want him to do well, but at the same time, I want him to fail miserably because he's with the crooked Chicago Bears. Plus, all of the Bears hype, I just want to see deflated. So, honestly, if the Callahans, Callahan Otto, and the Tennessee Titans and Will Levis, the Mayo. Also, did you see the Will Levis fit? No. I would just love if the Tennessee Titans just came in and pissed in the Bears cornflakes. That would be great. Jaden Daniels versus the Bucks. I don't think that the commies are going to be any good this year. But Jaden Daniels is electric. He is box office, and that's what matters for Magic Johnson and company. But that Bucks defense is really damn legit. Love me some Todd Bowles. And then Bo Nix against the Seahawks. So, that Seattle defense with Mike McDonald is going to be pretty damn good. So it's going to be a big-time test for stupid-ass Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Team captain Bo Nix. There you go. Lastly, Tad Tratar. Nailed it. Favorite pho restaurant in or around the Twin Cities. So, obviously love me some pho. All right. And also, so the daughter's really getting into ramen, which kids just love ramen. Whether it's ramen noodles at home, but now the daughter's just really into so Ichido Ramen. It's like a local chain restaurant. They've got a bunch of locations. They're really fantastic. The local one that we go to, the waitress is really cute because she knows Margaret's order by heart. So she gets the chicken katsu ramen with the vegetables on the side, no spice. There you go, nailed it. Also, don't want to give like parenting advice, but something that my wife and I have done. My wife is we have the kids interact with customer service people. So if we're ordering at a restaurant, like I'll have the daughter and sometimes the boy put in their order, right, and say instead of but I think that there is value of something as simple as like, hey, being concise with your language and putting your order in, and this is what I want, this, while looking someone in the eye, and not just looking down at your shoes and be like, oh, I guess I'll take the noodles. No, and also at the state fair, like Margaret is really fantastic, just going up to the booth people and just like, hey, I would like blah 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 and blah blah blah, all right, and paying. It'd be nice if they actually paid, but but something like that. So did a little bit of a scatter shot sort of around the Twin Cities. So Footau Bay, sort of uptownish. It's in like a dead end street near an industrial laundry. And we've talked about this before. Like my number one gauge for how good a Asian place is if the wife is the only white person there. Because I know that sounds racist, but whatever. But also if Asian people frequent an Asian restaurant, it validates it. You know what I mean? Makes sense, right? So Footau Bay is really fantastic. I Walk in Savage is great, and also Simply Pho in Apple Valley. Also, so I would say that Simply Pho does have the best spring rolls. It's kind of close because I Walk spring rolls are really good too, right? And I don't want to. So if a place has spring rolls on the menu, like whether it's shrimp and pork or just shrimp or whatever, you can ask to add spice or ask to add something to a spring roll that isn't normally in their spring rolls. Now, because spring rolls are always done usually the day of ahead of time, right? But if you ask now this is like getting into like borderline Karen-y stuff, but if you want absolutely fresh spring rolls, ask for something additional put into the spring roll, like say you want to take something out. Say you want to take the Thai basil out of the spring roll, and then they'll make up a fresh one without the Thai basil because all of the other ones would have basil. Bit of a trick, because then you get the fresh in that. Yeah. Then Cameron Bay and Burnsville, that's one of our favorite places. So right near the Costco over there off of 42. It's really good. IFA in St. Paul. They have a bunch of locations, but I think that one's really fantastic. Also, Northeast, Quai Viet Village, sort of a small, these are all like small family-owned spots, but that's also really good. Plus, I love that it sort of happened overnight too, didn't it? Where we went from Chinese restaurants to Vietnamese restaurants. Ramen places are really becoming huge. So I love it, man, because I'll go to bat. Like Vietnamese food, fantastic. Love the soups, and also, well, it's really important for me. So I'm like a pho purist. So we'll get like the special pho. So it's got like the tendon and all, and like the brisket and stuff, and all the offal parts, which are really, really nice. It's always the broth. You know what I mean? And so I cook a lot here. I can't get my pho broth where I want it to be. That's why I trust the professionals. Plus, sometimes you can glance in the kitchen and you see like the industrial size pots just bubbling away in the back. You got bones, you got that aroma, you got all the spices there. That's how you know it's legit. That's how you know it's legit, man. But that's it. Vikings news dump on this beautiful Friday. You guys are the best you know to do. Skol, production value.